Hello everyone, we're going to be starting shortly. Please, we're going to hold your questions to the end. This time around we're going to do English questions, a few English questions first, and then we'll switch to Spanish, so to avoid a little bit of the back and forth. And without further ado, Miami-Dade County Mayor Daniella Levine Cava.
Here we are, approaching the end of day 5, and the search and rescue continues all day long, and our teams have made significant progress on the site. Over the past few hours, our first responders did recover another victim. So, in total, the number of people accounted for now stands at 136, with 150 unaccounted for. The number of confirmed deaths is 11, tragically 11. And once again, as I've continued to stress in all of these briefings, these numbers are very fluid and they will change. We are continually auditing the list and getting more calls and information from family members. So please stand by for more information. We have also expanded our Family Assistance Center, and it now has 14 different organizations actively working with the families. It has been very well received, and people are getting real help. We also had a very good briefing with families this evening, and so we are continuing, as always, to provide timely updates, as much information as we have to these families, and providing them the news before you get it. So we are frank, we are transparent, this is what we've promised, and this is how we have been. And the work that is being done on the search and rescue effort and the service to the families has been made possible by unprecedented, historic cooperation between our local, our state, and our federal partners, as well as our nonprofit and faith groups and municipal groups right here. So we have everyone from the Water and Sewer Department of Miami-Dade County, our Procurement Department, our Community Action and Human Services Agency, FEMA, our Florida Department of Emergency Management, and international partners, including the Israeli team that actually had additional members come in today. The Mexican team, Miami Foundation, Red Cross, Florida Blue, Jewish Community Services, and many others. It is truly inspiring, it is unprecedented, and we are so very grateful for everyone working together here in Surfside. So I want to thank especially the men and women who have been working tirelessly 24/7, as you know, on the site, and it's truly a moving operation. The dogs, the sonar, the cameras, the heavy equipment, and the men and women from all over the world, and right here the best that we have anywhere, working tirelessly to look for survivors. Those of you who are watching at home and you want to support the victims, please join us at supportsurfside.org. Thank you for your many generous donations. It's making a difference, and the families are getting assistance today. They've been receiving assistance today thanks to your generous support. We've raised over $1.6 million to help these families. This is truly monumental and so important to them and to us. I wanted to provide an update also on the building audit that is being conducted in Miami-Dade County. As promised, we said we would begin immediately, and starting Saturday, we did a countdown. We said within 30 days, and actually I'm imagining it will be well less than 30 days, that we will have gone through all of the properties, actually 4 stories and above, that are ready for their recertification or just completed recertification, to make sure that all of the findings have been addressed. We want to make sure, and we want to review to see if any of those findings are life safety issues. And if they are, we will act swiftly. So far, We are confident that things are safe, but if we find any life safety issues, we will move very deliberately. Our inventory has revealed that 14 buildings in unincorporated Dade have recently begun their recertification process, and so we're going to be reviewing that list of concerns as part of this audit to make sure that these outstanding issues will be addressed. And I would continue to call on our cities right here in Surfside and all of our cities. We want to work with you to do similar process of your housing inventory. Thank you to everyone. Thank you, and God bless our first responders, the men and women risking their lives for all of us, and to the families that are waiting and watching eagerly for news of their loved ones. Buenas noches, aquí estamos en el quinto día del rescate. La misión de búsqueda y rescate ha continuado a lo largo del día y nuestros equipos han logrado un progreso significante para continuar trabajando en el sitio. Durante las últimas horas, nuestros equipos recuperaron a otra víctima. Entonces, ahora, en total, somos 11. El número total de los contabilizados es ahora 136 y los no contabilizados es 150. Otra vez quiero enfatizar como desde el principio que estos números son fluidos y estamos todavía esperando información de las familias para dar más información a ustedes. También estamos ampliando nuestro centro de asistencia y tenemos lista de 14 organizaciones involucradas sirviendo las familias y también con los fondos que recibimos en donaciones, ahora llegando a $1.6 millones y ellos están recibiendo fondos ahora, hoy, para ayudar en sus situaciones. Y quiero agradecer a todos los hombres y mujeres que respondieron de inmediato y trabajaron incansablemente durante estos últimos 5 días. Estamos tan agradecidos, ellos están poniendo sus vidas en riesgo, ellos viven para salvar vidas y no podíamos seguir sin su heroísmo. Para todos que quieren participar, que quieren donar, tenemos la página red para donaciones de support, surfside.org, y esperamos que ustedes puedan visitar también para ayudar. Y también quería proporcionar una actualización sobre la auditoría del edificio que anuncié, que comenzó ayer y estamos ya revisando los edificios residenciales de más de 4 pisos y estamos de más de 4 pisos y de edad de 40 años y adelante, y reveló que 14 edificios están ahora mismo participando en su proceso de recertificación y estamos revisando inmediato esta lista para ver si hay algo muy grave que pone en riesgo a alguien, y si hay problemas a este nivel, vamos a inmediato resolverlos para proteger a todos. Y les sigo pidiendo a nuestros municipios trabajar con nosotros igual para hacer su que estamos listos para ayudar las ciudades en su revista, y pedimos que trabajemos juntos para proteger a todos. Entonces, finalmente quiero dar gracias a todos que están trabajando tan fuerte, salvar vidas. Ellos viven para salvar vidas, y bendiciones a todos. Gracias.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. From the Florida Division of Emergency Management, Director Kevin Guthrie.
Good evening. I want to just report that all state agencies that have equipment that have been asked for are here on the ground. I will let you know that we have about 225 urban search and rescue personnel that have been dispatched to the area. This does not count Miami-Dade Task Force 1 and City of Miami Task Force 2 because obviously they're home here. We have, again, our DOT, Department of Management Services, Department of Economic Opportunity, including the director is here, but he'll be speaking shortly. We have Volunteer Florida CEO on the ground. Volunteer donations are continue to go on, and we are looking for a warehouse for that, for those donated goods right now. So all state agencies are all in. We are here. We are taking care of the needs that they have. And when I say they, both the survivors, the families, and then the county and city as well. So I want to just again assure everybody that there is a unified effort in here between the county, the state, and our FEMA partners behind us. So thank you for your time.
Thank you, Director. And now from the Department of Economic Opportunity, Secretary Daniella.
Hello, and thank you all for this coverage of this unprecedented event. As Director Guthrie said, Governor DeSantis has ensured that all resources that are needed are available for those that are here still suffering in the recovery, and all agencies that are needed are boots on the ground. And while our focus continues to be on search and rescue, and rightfully so, there is often collateral damage that is overlooked. And some of the collateral damage that we're seeing right now is local businesses and the businesses, the families who are suffering. So the Florida Department of Economic Opportunity is here. We're boots on the ground. We have 2 mobile units who are meeting with families and are canvassing the nearby businesses. And we need the media's help. We need your help to get the message out that there are resources, there are tools available from the state in our coordination with the feds and the local government. And you can learn about those at floridadisaster.biz. floridadisaster.biz. We need your help from the media to get that into the hands and the ears of the residents, the business owners, the employees, the employers. We want to make sure that all those who need our assistance from the state, the local, and the feds get that assistance, and we are committed to doing so. Thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you, Secretary. And now Miami-Dade Commission Chairman Jose Pepe Diaz.
Thank you. And earlier I had a conversation with one of the firefighters that used our team, and we were just conversing how difficult the job is and how stressful it is. And it's all about hope at the end of the day. And that is a conversation we had. He had just finished being on for quite a while. And at the end of the day, that's what it's all about for all of us, is to make sure that that hope continues on, whether it's here in Miami, or it's all the way to Israel, or all the way to Mexico. These people that are coming to help our people out here have the hope to find people alive. And that's something we cannot stop. We have to continue with that hope. As the Mayor said earlier, and all of us have said, we're here to support and do everything we gotta do and do it. But the most important thing is to say thank you again to all those that are working hard. So, una de las cosas que pude hacer hace un ratico es hablar con las personas del departamento de bomberos que estaban trabajando y acababan de terminar, y les pregunté cómo estaban y cómo estaban ellos, y entonces ellos estaban listos para volver a empezar y todo, y yo le dije, ¿qué es lo que te lleva a este punto? Y simplemente dijeron, es la fe que vamos a encontrar a alguien vivo. Y verdaderamente eso es lo que todo esto es, lo que se está haciendo, y por eso el enfoque es solamente en esto. Y por eso es que estas personas, desde aquí de Miami a México, a Israel, a todas las personas que están acá trabajando, eso es lo que estas personas, por eso se mueven en la forma que se mueven y trabajan en la forma actualmente que trabajan, para tener el éxito de poder encontrar a estas personas vivas, los familiares de las personas que están sufriendo tanto. Muchísimas gracias.
Thank you, Chairman. Miami-Dade Fire Chief Alan Kaminsky.
Good evening. We continue our search and rescue efforts all throughout the day. I did have some weather conditions with the rain, but it didn't impede us from our search and rescue efforts. Again, slow process, but we're definitely making progress. With our delayering in different areas as we move certain amounts of debris. We're still focusing on our search fields the way we have it gridded, and we'll definitely keep focusing that way. as we come across a crevice, as we come across a small void, that's where we continue to focus and continue moving, continue digging through deeper to see if we find anything further. Definitely, it's an amazing effort. Very, very proud of the direction and where we're going, and we're going to continue moving forward. Thank you.
Thank you, Chief. Miami-Dade Fire Rescue PIO en español, Erika Caro.
Muy buenas tardes. A pesar de las fuertes lluvias y chubascos que vimos hoy, nuestros esfuerzos en esta misión de búsqueda y rescate continúan. Estos hombres y mujeres siguen trabajando arduamente para tratar de salvar vidas. Hemos podido trabajar y progresar bastante en este proceso. Tenemos todavía una gran cantidad de escombros, de los cuales ya hemos buscado en bastantes de estas áreas, y tenemos algunas otras áreas las cuales todavía nos falta hacer esta búsqueda. Estamos muy orgullosos del trabajo que se ha hecho aquí por parte de estos equipos, no solamente el equipo de nosotros, sino todos los equipos los cuales se han unido a esta gran labor y a este gran trabajo. Muchas gracias.
Thank you, Erica. From the Miami-Dade Police Department, Chief Ed Caniva will be updating you on traffic.
Hello, everyone. So there really hasn't been much changes since yesterday, but we keep receiving phone calls, so I just want to reiterate the plan. So our traffic plan has been posted on social media and has been shared with our public safety partners, specifically those agencies within zip code 33154. So currently what's closed is Collins Avenue in Harding between 8th Street and 6th Street. Rest assured, we're evaluating traffic on a daily basis. Our ultimate objective is going to be to open Harding as soon as we can. For the residents living within zip code 33154, rest assured you are being allowed into your residences and into your businesses. In Spanish, buenas. El plan de tráfico no ha cambiado de ayer, pero continuamos de recibir llamadas al departamento de la policía. El plan está puesto en social media y está compartido con los departamentos de policías, específicamente en el área code 33154. Lo que está cerrado a este momento es Collins Avenue y Harding, entre la 83 calle y la 96 calle. Los residentes que viven en el área de 33154 tienen acceso a sus casas y a sus negocios, y estamos evaluando diariamente el tráfico para tratar de abrir Harding lo más pronto posible. Muchas gracias.
Thank you, Chief. We're going to be opening up for questions again. We're going to do a few in English first, and then we'll switch to Spanish. Once you're selected, please go ahead and state who the question is for. Go ahead, ma'am.
Judy Block, ABC News, wondering how the first responders are holding up, if there are any injuries, any of the first responders, and also, is it possible that President Biden will be coming to show some support here locally?
For our first responders, yes, they're holding up. Again, very, very difficult situation. It's still very positive, still moving forward, and this is what we do. We push hard, and we're looking for a positive outcome. Obviously, as we continue pushing and and without having that positive outcome yet, it's very difficult, but still very positive. We're finding certain areas, certain components within that we keep going, keep pushing forward. So spirits, I would say, are definitely still high. Very optimistic. When it comes to injuries, we did, minor, nothing significant. We did have one individual that did slide down today a few feet, but uninjured. So there's nothing significant to report of any of our rescue workers at this time.
As far as the president, maybe?
Oh.
We would welcome the president, and we have no specific plans.
Question right here for the Chief.
Yes, Chief. Can you confirm that the rescue teams are finding some decent pockets of water, and does that maybe give you some hope that people that are trapped could, survive longer periods of time with that present water?
No, not for pockets of water. As we're going through, very small voids that we're seeing. But as we come across a small void, that's where our teams will expand and go further to see. So definitely that's what we're looking for. We're hoping to find, that possible, larger void space or pocket where we can find a survivor.
We have a question here, Director Guthrie, for you.
Hey, my question was about Governor DeSantis' comments yesterday that agents that were sent to the border were not needed here, and that those agencies were not part of the response to this. You said that all state agencies were responding to this. Can you comment on that and say, is the state using their resources correctly?
So in reference to the question, the resources that the governor sent to the southern border are Florida Highway Patrol, Florida Game and Fish Commission, FWC. Florida Highway Patrol is assisting here locally, and we do have FWC officers assisting here locally as well. But I will once again say, as the governor did say yesterday, Miami-Dade County is and as well as the director mentioned this in a meeting we had today, Miami-Dade County is the 8th largest law enforcement agency in the country. And at this point in time, they have not asked for any additional resources in law enforcement. If they should ask for law enforcement resources, the governor will dispatch law enforcement resources to the same.
We have a question. Cristian Maravidas from NBC6. Just wondering if you guys have moved the reunification center, or if there are plans to move it from its current location?
We have moved the Family Assistance Center to a larger location. Obviously, the numbers of family members is growing as more come to Miami and Surfside to await news of their loved ones. So we did need some additional space.
And just a quick follow-up, if you can talk about the Spirit, how are they feeling right now?
So we have people waiting and waiting and waiting for news that is excruciating. We have them coping with the news that they might not have their loved ones come out alive, and still hope against hope that they will. They're learning that some of their loved ones will come out as body parts. I mean, this is the kind of information that is just excruciating for everyone. And they know that we're working around the clock on the search and rescue efforts. They know that we're bringing assistance to bear from all possible sources, and they know that we're with them. As our police director said earlier today, they are our family now, and we stand with them. And I believe that they feel that and recognize that even through their pain.
Question.
The discovery that you made today, was there anything done today as far as search and rescue that was different than other days that helped you make that discovery today?
No, well, I mean, we definitely modified our approach over the past several days. So you see our workforce a lot more on top of the pile, how we separated with our rescue grids and focused on a different area. So the technique hasn't changed. You know, we're just layering process by process as we're going through. So the search is the same, and you know, again, we were able to locate the victim today. You know, but unfortunately, you know, nothing further and nothing positive.
Question.
From Carlos Suarez with NBC6. I just had a quick call up with the fire chief. Two questions. One, is there any way that you could provide us on where the most recent victim was found? Was it in this continuous approach, moving the layers or along the trench? And then my second question is, it poured most of the day. I'm curious if any impact that may have had on the trench itself, or did it hold? Was it fine throughout?
Yes, okay. In regards to, you know, the rescue grids, the victims that we found are scattered throughout, in the sense where they're in different grids. So I know today the last one was in grid B2 is the way that we have it set up. But the victims that we located, it's all been throughout. So it's not in one specific isolated area. Definitely with the weather, it enhances. You know, with the water, as we're, you know, making entry, as we're tunneling to certain areas, looking, like I mentioned, when we find a void, and now we kind of want to go further, deeper to see if there's a deeper void or something different that we find. And there's definitely a concern with the rain and now the debris and possibly sliding. So, I mean, it's an extremely dangerous situation. And I can't overemphasize enough the incredible efforts, you know, of our task force members, our rescue teams, and what we're doing. You know, it's a very, very difficult, very, very challenging situation. And, you know, we're doing the best that we can, what we're trained to do, and definitely continue moving forward.
And final question in English, and then we'll switch to Spanish.
Hi, so I'm with Condo. I was doing interviews in the community. Some people, even more so the ones that are next to the beach, are showing concern about the, you know, the causes of the collapse of are not conclusive. So have you considered to make mandatory the evacuation for the residents to all the towers, or is this something that you're still making like optional for?
We had our building official, I think it was 2 days ago, go through the Champlain North and the Champlain East. And they did a cursory inspection. It was not a comprehensive, but it was to address the concerns while we were waiting for the engineering firm to arrive, which I'm told is tomorrow at 2 p.m. So the Condominium Association has hired its own sort of engineering firm to do a top to bottom sort of evaluation on whether or not the buildings are structurally sound. And at that point, we might be able to make a determination on whether or not there's really an issue there. In the meantime, the residents have been given the option to relocate if they have any kinds of fears with respect to the structural integrity of the building. I'd also like to add here that I just came from the meeting with the families, and I took, we heard in the meeting that the Israeli team is going to be supplemented, meaning I think they had some guys arrive today, they had 6 or so arrive today, and they'll have more arrive tomorrow, which is, again, giving the families comfort, because what we're doing is we seem to be constantly, and I believe we are, increasing the numbers of search and rescue team members that are available. So that was something that the family was happy to hear.
And now for Spanish. Go ahead.
Yo también entiendo que han llegado y estamos dando permiso para que nos ayuden. Gracias.
Buenas tardes. Tengo una pregunta sobre si usted, yo sé que la lista de los desaparecidos es fluida ahora, pero ¿ustedes tienen cualquier idea de cuándo se le hará públicamente una lista de los desaparecidos?
Bueno, es importante entender que gente están todavía llamándonos por alrededor, y entonces es cambiando. Y también sería posible que había visitantes y que no tuvimos records de quiénes son, y cuando recibimos más información podemos aumentar la lista. ¿Es correcto?
And now for Creole translation, Ivan Moiso.
Bonsoir tout le monde. Mission nous a continué pendant toute journée. Nous faisons en pile activité. Et l'équipe d'urgence nous fait en pile progrès. Dans le petit temps qui passait, secouristes étaient déjà joints une autre victime. Et total là qu'on y est, nous campé à 136 que nous sommes capables de compter. Et 150 que nous ne sommes pas capables de compter. Encore, chiffre capable de changer à n'importe quel moment. Nous avons continué, nous avons campé, nous avons compté environ 14 organisations dans plusieurs areas, côté qui a bail famille assistance dans toute qualité besoin que vous capable de gagner. Tout ça possible avec coordination que tout département qui est dans Miami-Dade, et puis surtout avec FIMA et puis tout l'autre partenaire que nous gagnons qui c'est Fondation Miami ou Foundation Miami. L'autre point que je aimé soulever, c'est que l'étude logistique commençait immédiatement après que moi j'ai fini deal dans samedi. 14 édifices, ils ont temps passé test, ils ont passé examen logistique, et puis il y a 10 là-dedans qui ont commencé qui pourraient commencer tard comme ça, et tout ça nous remet ça et nous satisfait en pile. Nous avons bien remis tout. Continuer à encourager toute l'autre municipalité pour faire le même genre. Et puis tout, nous camper derrière eux pour nous capables de faire toute assistance qu'ils ont besoin. Merci.
Thank you everyone for joining us, and please follow the Miami-Dade Police Department social media for any updates on the press conference. More than likely it will be tomorrow morning again. Thank you.